Hello and welcome to the 8th video in my JavaScript series. In this tutorial, I will show you how to modify the inner HTML using JavaScript. In the previous tutorials, I showed you how to set up your inputs and how to display your input using an output box. Give you a preview. If I pop in my age, my name, and age, and I press on this click me button, it adds 2 years to my age and it displays it in a box down here at the bottom, giving me out my answer. But take for instance that I don't want the information to be displayed in this box, that I want it displayed on my page, but I want it to look a little bit neater. When you put information into a box, the user tends to think that they should be typing into that box. So I'd like to change that part of my web page. To do this, I'm going to modify the inner HTML. To begin, I'm going to set up a div. A div is basically an empty element. So I'm going to put it here underneath my original answer out. So I have my original answer out. I might just put in a horizontal line just to show you this line here, just to show you the difference of the two. And maybe even a second one if you wish. So I have 2 lines down here now just to show you the break in the page as to where I'm coding and what I'm doing. Now I'm going to set up a div function, and div is an empty element. And you can put whatever you want in there. It doesn't have any predetermined formats for the font like your H1s and your H2s have, you know, the bold writing and the larger text with your headings. So divs don't have that, but it's a block element. So I'm going to pop it in, and I'm also going to close it. And inside of my div, I'm going to put some code that's going to allow me to display my answer on my page without having to put it into a box. And to do that, I need to set up an anchor tag or an A tag. I'm going to open an anchor tag and close an anchor tag. And for the moment, I'm just going to put a couple of lines in there, and you can see that they're displayed down here at the bottom, just a couple of dashes. Now, as you know, you can give all your tags an ID. So I'm going to go ahead and give this tag an ID so that I'll be able to call on it in my JavaScript. And I'm just going to use something that's quite memorable. So I used answer out already here. So I'm just going to use answer out 2. And that identifies to me, the developer, that it's my second answer out command or input that I'm looking at. And I can easily identify with that. So I'm going to try and get my JavaScript to communicate with this here. What I'm going to do is going to go straight down to my JavaScript, in between my script lines here, and I'm going to comment out this one just for the moment. So I'm not using this answer box anymore. I'm not using that. It's the age is not going to be inserted into this answer here. Instead, I'm going to put it below my horizontal rulings where I have these 3 dashes. And to do that, I am going to do what I have been doing before, which is document.getID. And I'm going to use answer out 2 this time as my ID. The difference is I can't use the dot value that I used here because, well, there is no value because it's not an anchor tag is not an input box, so there's no value associated to it. So what I have to do is just start. I'm going to start coding document, the same as the previous one, document.get, and always prompt you, please use the prompt boxes because people are making mistakes here coding with capital letters, particularly the E, the by and the I. People are leaving out some of the cases. So this time it's get element by ID, and I'm going to copy this ID from here so that it knows exactly where to look for in case I make a mistake when I'm typing. And I can't use dot value because an anchor tag doesn't hold value. like the input tag does. So in this instance, I have to use my dot inner HTML. And what that means is I can find out, I can edit these three dots here, these three dashes here, which are my inner HTML. And I'm going to set that equal to the age and put on my semicolon. So now what I have is modified my inner HTML. But basically what I'm doing is my dot inner HTML is going to replace whatever is in my ID up here with whatever is to the right of the equal sign. So this variable here is going to replace whatever is in here. And if I check out my website now, I'm just going to refresh and save first. I pop in my name, my age, and press click me. It has given my answer down here at the bottom. In 2 years' time, you will be, and the answer is no longer in here, it's now down at the bottom. To make that a little bit more coherent, what I probably should have done was in my div here, put in some text saying, in 2 years' time, you will be 20 years old. And if I refresh now and try it again, it's going to be my name, my age, press click me, and in 2 years' time you will be 12 years old because I input my age as 10. So if I wanted to get rid of my first one here, all I need to do is just comment them out or delete them. If I delete them temporarily, just to show you, and then try it out again, it says in 2 years' time you will be 14 years old. Now again, I have these horizontal rules in because I was just trying to show you the break of what I was doing and what the old video and now this video, the new video. And this is called modifying the inner HTML. So what you have done is you have used dot inner HTML to go up to the HTML and replace whatever is inside that tag with whatever the variable is that you have assigned it to. Thank you for watching this video.